So back in 2012, I was working on a project for Simon Cowell, and it was essentially a news show exclusively on YouTube. And we had the dream ingredients for this in that Simon Cowell was behind it, Google were funding it and helping us with it. We had access to the biggest A-list celebrities in the world. Our sponsors were Microsoft and Unilever. We had a super smart team on it. And when we first launched, it went really well. And then our views just dropped off a cliff. So we had to drastically rethink the strategy on how we were going to turn this around. And the main thing that we tweaked about it was how we were going to work with these social influencers that were starting to appear at the time, or specifically YouTubers. And when we implemented this new strategy, literally overnight, it became the fastest growing YouTube channel in the world. And so I remember thinking, wow, these influencers are really interesting. I could really see them having a huge impact on the entire advertising ecosystem. But the whole process was a bit of a nightmare of how did you find the right influencer? How do you know if they're right for your brand and they haven't worked for competitors before? How do you know the right audience watches their content? How do you know that they're brand safe to work with, etc.? And so me and a couple of friends decided to build Peg, which was essentially software that would streamline this whole process. So we launched it, we got it into the hands of over 1,700 companies across 169 countries, all seemed well, but then we started to notice something pretty interesting, which was if you think of marketing as two forms, where you've got performance marketing and brand marketing, the industry only seemed to approach influence marketing from a brand perspective. And if all you care about is driving eyeballs, I actually don't think influence marketing is the best way of doing that. There's far cheaper, more effective, scalable ways of doing it using methods like PPC. So we started spending a lot of time with these very high growth, analytically minded companies who are typically very performance and ROI driven, and trying to understand why did they not approach influencers in this kind of way. And they all said the same thing, which was there was just no good way of doing this at the moment. There wasn't a tool that allowed them to connect to, say, all the other services that they already use, like Google Analytics, Shopify, Stripe, AppsFlyer, Adjust, etc., to be able to truly measure the ROI of influence marketing and know that for every dollar that you spend, you get X dollars back, and that specifically you can attribute that to certain influencers. So we started spending a lot of time with these kind of companies over the next few months. And today, I'm very excited and proud to show you what the team have been working on for the last few months. Enjoy.